Halloween or something, whatever, or just to wear it. I don't know. Oh, Valentine. I don't know. I have no idea. It all made sense at the time. So,
Yep.
and that black, of course,
I mean,
staple. So,
like corsets are fun, okay? Like they are all of the fun. But
yeah,
hi everybody. Yep.
yeah.
I'm here with Sijin Stilettos Gamer, my best friend forever. Yeah, we're doing a Halloween stream for Clotyween slash Halloween slash Final Fantasy Fridays. It's fun how it all mashes together, and it just
Slash,
works out.
want to play Final Fantasy, so.
Exactly. So we're pretty much going to be
Yeah,
enjoying
everyone.
ourselves.
Don't mind me. I'm eating and drinking.
I've got KFC, so I'm gonna be a freaking stereotyping a little bit with the fried chicken.
I got flaming hot Cheetos on me, so you know.
Hang on, we should probably trade off then. I should be the one with the flaming hot Cheetos. I'm the Latina.
Girl, I will take the KFC. Trust me. I will take that anything.
Well, KFC's delicious.
So Bojangles that's where it's at. Churches too. Those biscuits. Don't even get me started.
Funny enough, we actually don't have a Bojangles.
Mm.
I do not have a Bojangles near me. I don't think I've ever seen a Church's actually. Actually, now that I think about it, no, we don't have either of those. Should I be worried? Am I missing out on some shit?
Oh, you are, but that's all right. You got KFC.
Yeah, we do have KFC. We also have Bud's Chicken, which
As long
has.
as they don't pull a McDonald's, we'll be fine with KFC.
Yeah, no. The McDonald's has kind of gone south, and even though they baited me with the adult Happy Meals,
Old Happy Meals.
yes, they have adult Happy Meals, which is essentially a 10-piece chicken nugget, and you get a toy. They got me hook, line, and sinker. Now people are selling the toys for like a lot of money because the adult Happy Meals keep selling out.
Really?
Yeah, there have been articles about it because a lot of people are ordering them because, nostalgia is a very strong motivator. It's what got me hook, line, and sinker. So now, there's even entire articles dedicated to on how the staff are like, please stop ordering the adult Happy Meals. They don't want you to order them anymore. They keep running out. They're like days away, and now people are selling the toys online for hundreds of dollars. So I should probably sell my toy. Am I that hard up for money?
But the longer you keep it, the longer it'll, more
True.
valuable.
I mean, I should probably put it back in a bag though, because I opened the toy.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, I opened the toy. I know I'm not supposed to. I opened the toy. I played with it for like a second, and now it just stares at me whenever I eat at my dining room table. Whenever that may be, which is not that often. I don't eat at my dining room table that much. I'm almost always in my room. My office is here. My game systems are here.
Mm-hmm.
My battery operated boyfriend is here.
Mm-hmm.
My
All the essentials.
Yep. Everything that's important. All right. So, we are going to be playing Chapter 11. I'm picking up where we left off, but I'm just, going to start the chapter all over again. Especially considering the fact that it's just we missed some of the opening scenes, and might as well.
Oh, yeah, it's not that long to check.
All right. Since we played it before, I'm just putting it on normal. I am not going to humiliate myself by playing it on hard.
You doing better than I. I'd have put it on easy. Personally. Look, I proved myself.
Exactly. I've already done my bit. I mean, yes, I still have to do chapter 17. 17? Yeah, 17 on a hard.
It is so long.
It is. And, if you die, then it's just okay, well, sucks to be you. You got to start all over again.
What makes you think that? You don't start all over if you die.
Yeah, that's what happened to me anyway. Or maybe it was because I rage quit.
Yeah, maybe you rage quit and didn't save something. No.
Yeah, because the last freaking thing, I'm still traumatized. Every time. Oh, hang on.
I'm making sure that I asked the chat if they can hear everything okay, including the game itself. Do you have the subtitles on?
Yes.
Cool.
Understood. The avalanche mission.
Ooh, I see the chat up here. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I did it.
All right.
Yeah, you worked hard on it. The setup looks great.
They did, but I really need to know what lipstick Reno uses. Like, his lips are purple and shit. I need to know what lip stain he's using.
I don't know, almost like the undead, isn't it?
A little bit.
Like, it's lost socks.
Look at it. Like, he's fabulous. Like, I can see him, like, totally, like, friggin'... He's probably at the gay bars. He's probably, like, rocking the drag shows. Being awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry.
Yeah, they just, I don't know if you saw it on my stream, but they just... Well, at least this is my first time seeing them release Rude and Reno in Crisis Core Reunion.
Mm-hmm.
Their screenshots.
Yeah. My boys. I mean, I know you are not their biggest fan. Why am I going over here? No reason. I know you're not their biggest fan. Me personally, like, there's a difference between a bad character and a poorly written character. They're very well written characters, and you can't help but wonder about their motivation, and I love them, especially when they're kind of a joke.
I don't think they're bad characters.
You know what? There really isn't any, or aren't any bad characters within Remake.
Yeah. Except maybe Johnny, but maybe just because I find him annoying.
Oh.
I don't know that he's bad, but he is not written. He's not written badly. He's just meant to be annoying.
Yeah, that's exactly it. So it's not that he's poorly written. You see, me, no, I'd go back the other way.
Only one I would argue about is Jessie, just because her writing is inconsistent between. Her writing seems inconsistent between not on the way to a smile, good lord, Trace of Two Past and the actual game. Just I don't know. There just really isn't any good explanation why she just like acts the way she does in one versus the other. I don't know.
Yeah, like I actually had this. Oh, hang on.
People don't come around here often. And not just
Look how scared she is.
Those who lose their way out there at the dark of night will never, ever find their way back in again.
She's just mocking Tifa and how scared she is.
Oh yeah. I was like, she.
True or anything.
Yeah.
You know, it's just...
Let's hurry.
I love Cloud right here.
Pretty much. It's just like, are you okay?
Like she was saying that whole ghost story, and he was like, "Is that right?"
Exactly, because it's just like,
wrong. I don't think they're real.
yeah. I mean, like he's still a little shit, but he's not outright mean.
No,
but it's still very much he's
like,
yeah.
he was a lot blunter if it had been somebody else saying it. He
Exactly.
he was like, okay, Tifa.
But it's almost like he's like putting on a front, almost just like, no, I'm not scared. I'm not scared at all.
In front, they said he was. I mean, now Toriyama did screw up and say that Eric was also afraid, but Cloud and Tifa were clearly afraid.
Exactly. But it's like putting on a front to make everybody else feel a little bit better. And I feel as if that's how Aerith's character was supposed to be perceived, you know, up until North America decided their shenanigans.
Yeah. Don't get me started on North America.
Yeah.
I mean, we might.
Yeah, it drives me crazy, especially considering the fact that it's just like, why? Why do we have to get this catty version, you know? I don't know. I'm not a fan. Not a fan. Oh, hang on a second. I think I forgot something before I go. Excuse me, Luna. Excuse me, my love. Cloud, get your face out of there. This is a rated T game.
I almost said something. I was like, let me.
Just like, this is a rated T game.
Ooh, I had to stop myself. I said, let me shut up.
Oh my gosh. Man, we came through this way, right? Why am I looking for stuff? I got everything already. Excuse me. Why are you shoving your way past her? But yeah, back on Jessie. Like, I actually had the discussion recently that the contradiction actually works, but it's almost an accidental thing. So basically, she plays almost as if she's a little bit more conniving, in that she is taking advantage of the fact that Tifa is so desperate to have a female friend.
Mm-hmm.
So it definitely comes across more that Jessie was taking advantage of Tifa's naivete and her desperation for that friendship.
Mm-hmm.
So it does paint Jessie as two-faced and more like the ends justify the means. She is trying to, or she's essentially using Tifa, which a lot of people, like through Traces of Two Paths, we learned that a lot of people are using Tifa. Even Barrett to an extent. Hi, Kajata. How you doing, my dearest? Hey! Yep, we just started chapter 11 after discussing, KFC versus Hot Cheetos.
Bodegas versus churches versus whatever other place.
Oh, I expect pictures of dinner at some point because, I love me some food porn.
Mm-hmm.
I would nope out of the situation.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, listen. I wouldn't have been here in the first place. Your battery is low.
Yep. Like, for example, I would scale the wall. I would sooner scale the freaking wall and just walk along the wall to get to safety.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, hot wings, yummy. Just look at them, just waiting for me to go investigate the door. Like, I love you too, but come on. You see, this is why I'm glad I'm a girl. Because at the end of the day, if I were a man, I would have to do that shit. Like, dude, excuse me. Like, I'm a coward, and I've owned this about myself. I jumped and screamed because a piece of toast was thrown at me in the friggin' Spooky's jump scare mansion.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys hear it too?
Why would there be kids out here this late?
What?
Yeah, you see, Tifa's
But yeah,
reaction is the
I'm
only
a bit
correct.
of a coward in general because I used to get scared about the Mario boards, the water boards. That eel used to scare the hell out of me.
That's fair. But yeah, no, my brother is a freaking giant, so I have him go first, and I like Velcro myself to the back of his shirt, and I just hold on and pretend I'm being brave, but he still knows that I've got like a vice-like grip on the back of his shirt. Being like, nope, you are not leaving my ass here. Mostly
I'm
because...
sorry. People always want to talk about how unrealistic everything is, or well, not everything, just Tifa, but like, look at Eric's brain. How is it possibly staying
Right?
that the entire time?
I mean, like, she must have, like, some super hold gel. She's probably using the same gel Cloud is. That super hold in order to maintain the twist so that it doesn't unravel.
Oh, good lord. Don't even get me started on Cloud. I don't know how he...
Like, it's hair cement. That's what it is. Just shellacked on so that... Yeah. Oh, yeah. Actually, the amusement park near me... they actually recently started just having recordings to do like the audio jump scare bits, kind of breaking immersion. So when you go to the amusement parks like Halloween Horror Nights, Hallow Scream, all of those, you have the designated scare areas, and the recordings are like all the way up here, but the actor is like all the way over here, so it's just like there's a disconnect.
Yeah.
Though I understand why they did it that way. See all this? No. Seen too many horror stories where this goes wrong.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, we would have died 5 times already in this. We 20 minutes in.
I know, right? And it's just like, come on. Like, we got spirit orbs going on over here. No. Do I look like Melinda Gordon? I'm good. I call the ghost whisperer, not me. Maybe use Kit.
Can we use Aerith as a human shield?
I mean, like, I wouldn't mind. Just like...
Y'all leave Aerith alone. She's the smallest out of everybody here.
She's what,
No,
$100 token? Or like...
her, so, there's less likely to kill her. I mean, that's my favorite part. One of my favorite parts of the entire game is Cloud grabbing Tifa and hauling ass. But on the real, though, like, the ghost didn't even seem to be going after her.
No, because they're like, because she's not reacting to them, and the ghosts want a reaction. And since she's not giving them what they wanted,
it's like it.
Like, you see this? My soul would vacate my body. Have it. My soul's already moved on to the next plane.
Damn, it vacated clouds. I mean, he wasn't looking too happy.
Yeah. So it's just like, if they're going to go after the people that are the most scared, i.e. Cloud and Tifa, who don't do ghosts, because, they're smart.
My brother always makes me go first in haunted house. Yeah, the devil's alive. I don't even go to haunted house with my brother. I don't trust him.
Yeah, no, my brother is actually very good. Like, sometimes he'll actually let other people, like, if there's, I remember one year, we were at, it was Hollow Scream, the one that's at Busch Gardens, Tampa. And, complete strangers literally velcroed themselves onto his back. These two girls, they were terrified, and he was completely chill, just letting them like hold on to his back so that they could make it through the haunted house without being terrified.
Yeah,
like he was nicer to them than he was to me. He didn't even try to ask for their number. He's just like, okay, bye. He wasn't even taken at that point. I mean, not like that's ever stopped him. Whole other story. But yeah, it's just like, nah, bye. And then when we wound up in the haunted house again, oh, do you want to? And then they latch on, and then away they go. Oh, drama for later. If he wasn't in earshot with only a wall separating us, I would spilleth all the tea. Get back here, you mangy. Like, oh, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Oh, yes, that is exactly why we text.
That's small on Twitter. I don't know if you're...
I didn't realize.
Small Bigs.
Hi, Small Bigs. I missed you. It was only like, what, 10 minutes since we last spoke? Excuse me, my love. But yeah, no, my brother is actually really, really nice when we go to haunted houses. Like, he's willing to be like the freaking Rock of Gibraltar for whomever needs somebody to hide behind. Because he's got nerves of steel. He doesn't get scared about anything. No, correction.
I am a coward.
You won't notice he's scared because he's just this big old block of freaking Sasquatch. Whereas me, I'm shaking like a leaf. But I'm like pretending to be brave, shaking like a leaf. But the minute you offer like the emotional support, I latch on like a freaking leech. Like, good luck shaking me off. Not happening.
Oh, definitely not.
Yeah. And you see all this? This is tetanus. This is a tetanus shot waiting to happen. Like,
yeah, like I said, look, sometimes people will be like, what Final Fantasy game would you live in if you could? I'm like, I would live in none of these games.
Yeah, exactly.
Live in any of these games.
Yeah, I would draw the line. Yeah, I'd fall, like, I have Aerith level grace, okay?
Maybe, there was a Chocobo game that was on the DS. Maybe that's the one I'd live in.
Okay.
That seems like the safest one.
Yeah, that I agree with that.
You okay?
Okay. Still in one piece here too.
She's not okay.
No, she is worried to death about Sector 7.
Yep. She's worried about Sector 7, and she's got all these freaking soul stealers coming after her.
Well, that's inviting.
I mean, like, look at her. She's terrified. See, her reaction is the only valid one. Everybody else, nah. Well, no, wait. Cloud pretending to be brave is valid.
I just could not believe that Toriyama had made that screw up saying that Eric was terrified. She didn't look scared.
She didn't look scared at all. She looked like she's having fun because, like signs, I see dead people. Mm-hmm. Like, she's, for all of her faults, one of her greatest strengths, I think, is the fact that she's a lot braver than people give her credit for. Like, she's like nerves of steel. Like, I mean, yes, I understand that she may have an inkling. I mean,
I never thought she was I never thought of her as afraid.
yeah,
I mean,
like
even Tifa says, Aerith's not afraid to put herself out there emotionally and stuff like that.
exactly. So when you look at it, or when you think, even back in OG days, like she faced up to Sephiroth. I mean, she lost.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
She squared up, like,
she literally went after Sephiroth alone. I was
Yep.
not saying I'd recommend it, but
Exactly.
that doesn't say coward to me.
Exactly.
I wouldn't have gone
I
nowhere.
hate this scene.
Right?
Ugh, mine.
Ghosts
I hate that.
aren't my thing.
Yeah, but
Look at him trying to like yank his arm away.
Yeah, he clearly ain't into it, so what is
After you.
And what's funny
Well,
is,
then,
for this scene, like, Aerith is clearly playing. And
Yeah.
yeah, they reuse the asset to give Tifa like a jealous face almost, but I still feel as if Tifa's like, you're gonna do the thing so I don't have to, right? You're gonna it's still very much
her dialogue's different in the Japanese. She doesn't say mine, she just says right or something like that.
yeah, it's just like, we have a bodyguard, right? It's just
it's just SE being SE. you know?
yeah, because the thing is, ultimately, like, what it feels like, it's Aerith is trying to distract
Absolutely.
Tifa from being terrified, and also what's going on in Sector 7, because as much as I love this girl, Tifa does not, she's under stress. She's not the smartest one. She does stupid shit when she's upset. Like running up Mount Nibble, or chasing after Sephiroth and trying to kill him with his
To be
own
fair,
sword.
though, to be fair to Tifa, though, both those times she had just lost a parent.
I know. I know.
So
She has,
definitely does not think too rationally when she has
when she's
whatever-
under great duress. So
Yeah. Yeah, neither does Cloud. So
I mean, no, he does not get a pass, but
he
Well-
was only a year older and had. I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
he had. They both had some training, but neither one of them had any type of training to be going after Sephiroth.
exactly. And the more you look at it, it's just like, I mean, see,
What was that? So cute over there.
and there she goes. This is how you die in the horror movie. Gone into the mist. You don't see her anymore. Whereas Tifa's making sure to stay very close, because, she's smart. You don't separate in the horror movie. Like, when you split up, people die. And last I checked, Aerith don't have her virginity shield no more.
Found you.
No, yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I look. People can tell themselves what they want to, but I've seen Zach Fair. Okay, I'm just saying. That's 89 letters. Okay.
exactly.
I am gonna convince me Harris Gainsborough's a virgin. I don't care what anybody says. Okay.
Like, nah, Zach, I would climb that man like a tree. Cling to him like a koala. I don't care. Day one, I would be riding that man from day one.
I mean, she was so in love with that man. She saw a dude that don't even really look like him, but he was just like had his clothes on. She was like, "Shit, I'm gonna hit that too." I
know, right? Be like,
she was like, "Man,
I mean, like,
close enough."
I know, like, he's able to wield his sword, then clearly he's got a sword to wield, so I'm gonna ride that too. Like,
It
I
is
do
what
not,
it is. I'm not, I'm telling you, I'm not hating the player.
yeah, I'm not knocking it, but, like, you don't run off in the horror movie. Because
No.
remember, slasher films especially like mid to late 90s.
Yeah.
Actually, all of the 90s.
All of them. I was about to say, what do you?
Yeah, like, horror movies, like, they pretty much were a litmus test for purity and what have you. And if you were impure, or, like, they would punish the horror type of character. So usually, if you're having sex on screen, one or both parties are gonna die. Like, that, like, if you were any way promiscuous, you were punished for it. So, like, hang on, they actually described it really well in the movie Cabin in the Woods, I think it was, when they, like, orchestrated all this to keep an eldritch horror.
Mm-hmm.
That thing is dangerous.
I know, but even so.
It's a baby ghost.
Whatever you say, that's a horrifying beast as far as I'm concerned. I'm right there with Cloud. We need to take this one out.
Yeah, I agree with you. Honestly, like child ghosts scare me more than regular ghosts. I mean, it doesn't mean much, but like I'm terrified of both. But children
Yeah.
ghosts scare me way more. Children don't have impulse control. They're pretty much all emotion. Like, can you imagine a child ghost getting mad? Please let us all note how Cloud dove after Tifa. Like when they split, Cloud ran this way, Aerith ran that way. Just
Cloud did not hesitate. He said it.
he never does. He never does. Just like
he said, Tifa, it's time to go.
whereas Aerith,
Aerith has some special something going on with her. I mean, they don't know that at this time.
Yeah,
But
they
she
don't.
clearly seems unbothered by these ghosts.
exactly.
Wow.
I think by this point, that's when you would start to realize that. Hang on one second. Is she okay? I mean, I think. I don't know. I think Cloud has some inkling that there's something off about Aerith. I mean, obviously we have the whole issue with the Turks, because the Turks are like, why else would the Turks show interest?
Yeah.
You know, I'm just gonna blow you up. I don't care. I'm gonna blow you up. So it makes sense that he would have an inkling, but I think this chapter really solidifies that. What's going on here? Yeah, I'm leveling up materia so that I can sell it later.
Yeah, and the voice script flat out says, when thinking about cherished ones, let's see. Because Leon and I were actually just talking about this. Yeah, even if he lost a loved one, he wouldn't cry or shout or anything like that. Each member of the group pictures the people they cherish and wish to protect. Now, and so in this, it says Cloud gazes at Tifa.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is right before he did an instant transmission in chapter 18, right as Tifa was about to be attacked by one of those, whisper things. And yeah, like, so I mean, it makes perfect sense why if it comes down to it, he's grabbing Tifa.
Exactly. And to all my has-been hotel friends, apparently Alistair was the one that lent his voice. I'm making shit up. But friggin' radio demons talking through some shit. But yeah, again, my soul would have vacated my body. Just take my body, it's done. My soul has gone to the next plane.
Gone. Absolutely gone.
Oh, thank you. Yep, I finished it up. Look at how pretty it is. I like my layouts. I'm probably as I finish setting up my Discord, I'm probably just gonna randomly like stream on the private Discord as I make more of these overlays because they're fun. So that'll probably be like, I don't know, a channel thing. I don't even freaking know. I'm still learning all this crap. Apparently, we're supposed to have our own Discords. All right, so let's go over here and do the thing. All of this is a no. All right, might as well. Activating. Cheeky little guys.
So Kujata said, I think they missed the mark and she should have been losing it. It would have started the ancestor talk a little earlier. But I mean, Trace of Two Paths shows that she's completely unbothered by, I mean, like, her mom, after she died, was coming to her as a ghost. Elmira's husband came to her as a ghost. Like, she's used to that. So the only time that she looks scared at all in any of this is that scene that we keep talking about. And only like for, but I wouldn't even say scared. More like something's about to happen and Tifa's scared. So like that's why she throws herself in front of Tifa.
Yeah, almost like how I see you.
Which is why it doesn't make sense. I mean, that's why the English doesn't make sense. The whole mind, like she's being protective over Tifa in this. You know.
And then all of a sudden she's like trying to muscle it, and it makes no fucking sense.
It's not consistent. That's why you know something is up.
Yeah, because like throughout most of this, like by this point, I've noticed, Aerith is no longer like chasing after Cloud's dick. She's really not.
She if from the second Tifa comes into she's like, Cloud and I are friends, blah blah, and we came to get you, and hey, let's figure out how to do this Donkerville thing, and they're high fiving each other. And
exactly, and then And then the North American version decided, you know what? Let's make these bitches catty again. And it bothers me because it actually taints this scene as a whole. Because when you really think about it, like that one moment almost erases the progress that they've made as friends, because it's Aerith kind of spitting in her new friend's face, like, haha, I know you're into this dude. Everybody can see it, except for this moron, clearly. And
yes,
so
they are the two densest people in a ship.
They really are, and it's cute, but at the same time, it's just like, dude, this man is risking treason for the equivalent of a sandwich.
Yeah.
2 sandwiches, maybe. So that...
like the steak is like 950 gil, so basically he'd have been able to buy a nice steak dinner for 2 with what he just blew up a building for.
Exactly. And it's just like, he did... nah.
That's like, why you're Wedge. That's why you're... I forget what you call Wedge, but Wedge was absolutely right. He was like, nobody would do something this crazy for money. He just didn't realize he thought it was because Cloud actually was into all this. Like, no, he just wants to be into Tifa.
It's just like, he did it for pussy. He did it for pussy. And it's just like, there's no escaping that. Freaking Aerith playing with the ghosts.
Every time I joke about why Cloud saved the world, he gets so mad. I'm like, look, dude, I don't know what else to tell you. The man was trying to get laid.
Exactly. Like, he's been in a tube. He's essentially a 16-year-old virgin, okay?
A horny 16-year-old virgin, mentally.
Like...
in a 21-year-old man's body.
I know.
Anybody, and then he runs again into the love of his life again, and she looks like that.
Exactly. Like, look at this. Look, just look at her. Perfection. So it's just like, even if I wasn't into women... I'd convert just for her. I'd convert.
Nobody randomly falls out of love with Tifa Lockhart. I'm sorry.
Especially in the blink of an eye. Shoot.
It's just nonsense. But yeah.
Knocking on shit just to be like, hi, ghost. Want to play some hide and seek? Aerith.
Oh.
I love her, but dude. Oh, there's an echo? Just started? Okay, hang on. Let me see what's going on here. Let me pause you right quick.
Okay, hold on. Let me put in my headphones. That's probably...
Yeah, it might be me. Hang on. Bamboo. Tutti fruity. Oh.
Mezza would blame me for it.
It could also be me. I will take responsibility for it.
I meant to put it in my headphones.
All right, let's see.
But yeah, I actually like these chapters. Like I said, there's only really two things, that and then the sewer thing where you have to choose one of them. But in the in the Japanese, she's just saying like, who is she and why is she helping us? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, we're terrorists. I just kind of need to know what's up here.
Exactly. But then they decided to use an inflection that implies jealousy, which, you know what? Jealousy would be appropriate because, like, who's this bitch whistling on my man? However, again, that's another addition that changes the North American translation from everybody else.
Yeah. To
create this level of cattiness, which Square is trying their damnedest in order to remove said cattiness because it was a turnoff for especially a lot of the female players. Like,
yeah, and all
right,
and am I still echoing?
Yep. Hang on a second. It is definitely me. Hang on. Let me try this.
Let me unplug.
Do. I'm messing something up. I know it. Ooh, excuse me. All right, hang on 1 second.
Well, I tell you what, there's just boobies for days in this stream.
Jump scare for the Claris. I'm sorry. I'm a petty bench, and I'm okay with that. I don't care who knows.
I just have never seen a group of people so triggered by sex in my life. I mean, I do, other than like conservatives. I just
yeah. Well, the conservatives are their own kind of special. Sorry, I said it again. I'm sorry. But it's just, at the end of the day, you look at them and you're like, all right, I see what the problem is. Now, how do I get rid of it? No, that's supposed to be that way.
All right, let me see.
Oh, hang on. I know what it is. It is me. I know exactly what it is.
That's funny.
All right. My mic is picking up the audio from my screen for Stygian.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna move my mic over here and eat my French fry. Oh. My fries are getting cold.
Yes, there are boobanis for days on this stream.
But yeah, anywho's I actually really don't like the fact that they are erasing the progress, because we should have girlfriends that are not going to stab each other in the back. Not all female friendships are toxic that way. In fact, a lot of them aren't.
Yeah, it's just a shame. And then, like, there was something that there was this person on this Facebook post. It was basically implying that because Tifa lived and she didn't have as bad of a life as Aerith, that like what she's less deserving to be happy. Well, it's like what the?
But it's just
what
like, one, the question is like, what do you mean less deserving? She lost everything.
Yeah, they literally were like, well, Cloud and Aerith were clearly lovers. No, they weren't. Didn't show a shred of evidence to show that, because what are they going to show? And then went into, like, people forget that, Aerith died young and she didn't really have any friends and she lost so much and blah, blah. And, Tifa, yeah, she suffered too, but she had a good life and she everybody liked her and da, 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 da. I was like, okay, so you're making two different points right now. What does one have to do with the other? One is you just lying about who the love interest is. The other one is you pitting these two. Like, nobody makes and this is just where the feminist side in me is coming out. Nobody makes the argument that Cloud is less deserving to be happy because Zack died young and, you know what I mean? Like, why are you pitting these two against each other like that for no reason? Like,
Exactly.
This is the Christian Olympics, you know?
Yeah, it really is, except when you really think about it, ultimately it boils down to this. A lot of the world hates women. And what a man will be able to get away with, a cisgendered man will be able to get away with, I'm angry, so I'm going to seek revenge, or I'm sad, or this, that, or the other, or I'm depressed, boo-hoo, woe is me. But the minute a female presenting character does the same thing, because we hate women, apparently, no, you absolutely cannot express emotions. You have to be catering to this man. You have to be on hands and knees cleaning his fucking shoes.
Girl, the fact that they get mad at Tifa because she raised her voice and having children, like, what reaction? I'm sorry, I'm gonna tell you. Look,
like
if my kids were kidnapped by Sephiroth clones, I'm gonna do a lot more than raise my voice. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Exactly.
Cloud had to walk in the park with Tifa in that scene, as far as I'm concerned. Okay.
Exactly. Like
she's not even allowed to have a human emotion because poor Cloud, who didn't save the world twice. I mean,
exactly. And also consider this. Also consider this, that more often than not, even if she didn't react, she still would have been crucified.
Oh, absolutely. If she wouldn't have reacted, see, she doesn't care about these kids. I mean, there was some DDC idiots talking about, yeah, she never protected Marlene when it counted. First off, when was this supposed to happen? Because the only time Marlene's in danger around her is in having children, and she nearly dies protecting her.
Exactly.
With lives. I don't know, what more do you want her to do? But Air takes care of her for an hour, and we're supposed to be, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, we're supposed to be like, oh, she's so amazing. She's like a pariah. I'm sorry, wrong word. Or like she's a paragon of maternity and all that shit. And I'm like, no.
Don't get me wrong, I love that scene. But like, she took care of her for an hour. Like, okay,
exactly. Like, that's not actually rearing a child.
Yeah,
from youth. I mean, remember in Traces of Two Past, like when she started
18.
caring for Marlene, she's essentially the babysitter turned mom.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sad because Tifa was essentially parentified in a weird twist of fate. I mean, yes, ultimately it was a fate of her own choosing given her circumstances, but she was parentified. And that's not fair to a child. I don't care. 15, 18, hell 20. You are still a baby as far as I'm concerned. So it's just like, I look at them and just
where
like,
we at? Okay, I lost track.
Oh no, you're
I was
perfect.
like, where are we at?
Nah, I'm directionally challenged. I played this game how many times and I still get lost.
I always get lost in this chapter. I'm like, damn it, which
Like,
way
where the
was I
fuck am
going
I?
again?
Yeah, that's
Well,
pretty much where I'm at.
you could turn on the map. It would kind of help.
Yeah.
We're inside the facility, right? Okay, yeah. Okay, now I'm kind of getting my bearings here.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey. But yeah, no, it's just I
Yeah, I think I think go
Yeah.
up those stairs
Yeah.
and where we need to be.
yeah, we good.
Wee, mon frere. With Cloud, I love his Punisher mode. It looks so like elegant, and then like his regular mode is just like a.
It's like he's kind of like getting his aggro out of his system. That's what it feels like. Excuse me.
Okay. Yeah. This is where we need to be. You just go
Yep.
up those stairs.
I'm just getting some stuff. But no, I really feel as if the criticisms for Tifa's character ultimately are unfair. And you know what? To an extent, even some
Most
of the
of it, I would
criticisms
say.
some of the criticisms towards Aerith are unfair as well. Even, and this is coming from somebody that I will forever say I absolutely despised OG Aerith. But retroactively, with the information that supplemented OG, because again, it was a limited technology. Like, we were guessing ultimately on tone, inflection, and intent. Because all we had were boxes. We didn't even have faces to go with it, with a lot of the dialogue. So, yes. And unfortunately, the onus of the failures of technology back in the 90s, unfortunately, falls on our girls. And it sucks. What are you doing?
Yeah, Aerith easily benefited the most from the compilation.
Yeah.
That is for sure.
Yeah. Maiden is not part of the friggin' canon
No.
compilation. And I am still trying to scrub that monstrosity from my brain.
And it is the way that they wrote her initially. She was just a plot device to stir up drama. So I mean,
Yes.
what response did they expect people to have to her character when Tifa is this reserved nice girl and she seems like she's just bullying this chick for no reason? Like, yeah, a lot of people gonna be turned off by that.
Yeah, and a lot of women especially were turned off to Aerith's character because I guess a lot of guys, I cannot speak for men. I just know the men that I know that weren't crazy about it, but for the most part, it's very much oh, this girl's really into me. But at the same time,
It's a harem fantasy. Yeah, it's a total harem fantasy. That's why.
Exactly.
That's why the guys that imprint on the shipping is,
Yeah.
I mean, I've talked to more than one man who, despite all evidence I show them, are just convinced that he may have chosen one of these two girls. That he wasn't really always in love with Tifa. That he isn't on the look. Like, he has this option and he doesn't know which way he'll go. Like, the idea that a couple of hot chicks will be after you.
Yeah.
That is just a male fantasy.
It
just is.
It's a power fantasy. And no power fantasy is complete without the ruined remains of a female friendship. And it's garbage. And that's why, going back to the North American translation, adding some of the petty and catty from OG back in, when there was so much effort put in to remove that, because it was such a detracting, it was one of the actual story flaws that wasn't really okay. Because again, I think it was Monk that mentioned it, that they were on some talk show or other, and the female host straight up said right in front of Najim.
Nomura, yeah.
Nomura.
I said it in front of Nomura
that
or something like that. I forget exactly what they said, but yeah.
Yeah, essentially saying that it wasn't okay. And even one of the motion caption actresses said the same thing. Like, as a woman, like, I look at this and it's just like, nah, fam. Nah. Nah.
That's why it's good that they have 99% done away with that crap.
Exactly. Most of it was done away with. And I think the only real LTD would have been within the first chapter of Aerith kind of trying to steamroll her way into Cloud's life by recreating her date with Zack, or at least what she wanted to be her date with Zack. Which kind of a spoiler for Crisis Core. Cannot wait for it to come out. But ultimately, like, after that point, when they had this sit down in the park and she realized that she's got to try to look forward, Cloud isn't Zack. And ultimately, she ended the LTD by herself. And then North America decided, let's put it back in.
I mean, it's 2 lines. I mean, at the end of the day, it's not the end of the world. But but it does suck that new fans who especially don't realize that Cena be on some bullshit with stuff like this.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
exactly, and it's just.
And particularly including Aerith's resolution, where Klaus says, "Do I get a say in this?" Now we understood it was sarcasm, but it's a lot clearer sarcasm when he says, "You're really talking to yourself," or he says, "This is one-sided," like it says in the Japanese and Chinese.
Exactly.
These are things lost on, even though anybody logically understands this man has known her for half a day. He's not in love with her.
Exactly.
He was pretending not to even know her. Earlier that day, he thought she was a con artist in chapter 2.
And it's
he
just
stuck out of her house in the middle, like nothing about Cloud's actions points to love. But just because the word love came out of Aerith's mouth, and then they give that ambiguous line in the English, people's imaginations just run wild. It's,
and then
it's not logical.
Yeah, and ultimately, and that's why I think that, especially with Aerith's resolution scene, we'll probably touch base on it again, because obviously it's chapter 14, so like 3 chapters from now. I already chose Tifa, so it's too late, but I'll probably play like a YouTube video or something of the resolution so we can see it in its entirety. But ultimately, when you look at it, Aerith's not even really talking to Cloud. She's actually breaking the fourth wall and talking to us, saying, you may think that that's what's happening, but it's an illusion. It's not real. So it's just, she's looking right at us as she's saying it. She's literally looking at us, the gamer, when she goes through that dialogue. So it's not just talking to Cloud. Cloud is just there as a proxy.
Toriyama said she's talking to herself as well. So
yeah, so like Cloud is just there to witness her dialogue. She's monologuing. Exactly, it is very meta. Like, Cloud really has nothing to do with the conversation, almost. It's just like she's talking at him instead of with him.
And generally, that is what she's doing, is talking at him.
Yeah, she does that a lot.
I don't see how people don't see this. I just, he's amazing to me.
I think part of it is that because nobody can really agree on how much Aerith knows. So even if we were to have the discussion as far as, is she precognizant? Does she know that the plate is going to fall? Or does she just have an inkling? How far are we going to push her intuition and her precognition as far as how much she knows? How much is the planet telling her?
Yeah.
So ultimately, it's just, if she's just going with the flow, living in the moment, then yeah, she's probably, everything is like easy to explain away. But if she's precognizant, if she's like literally looking into the future, if she's seeing X, Y, and Z happening, things get a little murky. So once you have that part of the discussion, it's just like, okay, well, what version of Aerith are we actually talking about in order to have like on equal footing discussion? So
yeah, and that's why, there are certain things like at this point, Rebirth is just going to have to come out.
Yeah, I know, and it's not coming up fast enough.
People who are dead set and believing that that Aerith may live this time, that Cloud and Aerith may end up together, that this and that, blah blah blah. I mean, there's nothing you could tell them at this point. They're just gonna have to see it for themselves.
Yeah, and ultimately, a lot of the DDC especially are like, oh, she's gonna live, and then the question is, why? When they just
beyond that,
yeah,
still, I mean, exactly
like they recanonized Advent Children, they recanonized Dirge of Cerberus, they recanonized the books. It's all been recanonized. So they would literally have to erase all of that because all of those were written with Aerith being dead.
And for what?
Exactly. Because remember, at the end of the game, at the end of OG, Holy itself was actually starting to kill the planet and helping Meteor. So Aerith was able to navigate the life stream itself through communing with the other ancients that still remained, even if they're like a fragment of a consciousness.
I don't know if it's, by the way, the entire conversation was spoilers, so
yeah, you guys have 25 years. You got 25 years.
Yeah, what can I say? Yeah. But I've heard different ways that it's kind of a chicken or the egg. Did Aerith use the planet to save it, or did the planet use her? I mean, at the end of the
Exactly.
day, the
So,
point
but
is,
either way,
the
it
two of them
required
need
her to be in the, dead in a ditch
either way,
somewhere.
she needs to be in the live stream for it to happen.
Yeah,
So whatever.
she needs to be dead. And the whole, like, somebody else is going to die. It's just like, okay, well, again, everything else has been recanonized. And it's been rewritten, or excuse me, everything's been written with these people being alive. That's why, like, even if Biggs and Wedge are alive now, they're going to be dead later. End of the story. They are not going to make it past remake. They are dead.
Well, I do believe that they won't, but I will say it's different because they ultimately have nothing to do with anything as far as saving the planet. So,
except for they have something to do with Barrett, though, and Barrett's journey in order, because if they survive, then Barrett's not going to go on his soul searching. Therefore, Marlene isn't going to be with Cloud and Tifa. Therefore, Advent Children canceled.
I don't know. A lot of people. I mean, they could retcon that a little if it wasn't specifically Biggs and Wedge. A lot of people died, and Tifa and Barrett both blame themselves for all that happened. Not just because when she breaks down and cries, she actually is crying over Aerith. Like she thinks of Aerith, and that's when she breaks down and cries in Cloud's arms. And
basically the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah, I do get what you're saying about Barrett. It makes more sense if they lost, those three. But ultimately, they could retcon a little bit. But you can't retcon Aerith out of her role in the game, her entire role in the game, which is
exactly. Her purpose is to be a martyr.
Yeah.
Same thing like Zack. Like, why? I mean, I love him. Love that man. Why would he be left alive when, like, then you'd have to explain, okay, so there's two Buster Swords when it's a unique blade that passed down from Angeal
he's
to Zack
dead
to Cloud. There's no way.
Regardless of what's going on, he is dead in Cloud's time.
Exactly. So, like,
they decide to go with multiple timelines and all that. That's one thing, but
exactly. Like, but if we were to do the multiple timeline idea, then it's just like, okay, how these people are trying to retire. Okay. They're trying to retire. Can you imagine how much work additional timelines and all this timey-wimey nonsense would bring about?
Yeah, it'd be a mess.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine? Oh. All right, hang on. We coming up to one of my favorite scenes. Let us enjoy. Look at how beautiful he is with being all techie nerd.
I'd love to know how he knows how to work this computer.
See, here we go. Tifa's using Aerith as a human shield right now. I would too. But it could also be said Aerith is actually protecting Tifa.
Well, she called Tifa's name, and that's what Tifa runs behind her.
Exactly. Whereas Cloud is just like, fuck you, Aerith, bye. Bye, Felicia.
And the way that they try to spin this is, well, Tifa's useless, so what choice did he have? It's like, get the hell up out of here.
Like, no.
Get the hell up out of here with that.
I mean, like...
she's so useless, she saves the hero.
Exactly. And it's just like, meanwhile, I mean, yeah, it's great, Aerith is fine, but what guarantee do any of them have that none of the ghosts are going to turn on her? Mm-hmm. I mean, this giant...
They don't seem like the happiest bunch. See, my heart would have stopped... and
vacated my body
right here. Yeah,
I would have run away. Actually, you know what? I probably would have run away so fast my shadow would struggle to keep up with me. I would like outpace light. Okay, I forgot. Okay, so
he disappears sometimes.
Yeah, and then when he disappears and he's incorporeal, then he uses magic. Like now. Ooh, did I do the thing? That's not gonna work because he's doing the thing. That's not gonna work because he's doing the thing. Alright. And Aerith isn't done yet! Charge up, woman!
Wait a second. Does raise harm the ghoul?
You know what? I don't even remember.
Never thought. I always forget that, like, the ghosts and stuff, if you give them a high potion or whatever, a phoenix down, that'll kill them. I don't know that it'll kill him, but it may harm him. I don't know.
Yeah, it does some damage, but, like, not enough to really be, like, if we were playing on hard, it wouldn't be enough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But, what the hell? Arise. Oh, no, he's immune to Arise, so Raise does regular damage. Hey, where'd he go?
You probably could use it on the smaller ghosts. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you can.
Or-
All right, hang on. We playing dodge. He's got a tumor coming out of his head. I'm a tumor. 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 I'm a tumor.
How many eyes does he need?
I don't know, but it's just like it reminds me of like a bug.
Even then, I've never seen that before. So he grabs Tifa and Aerith, but when he lands, like Aerith's way over here, Tifa's right beside him. He like, all right.
So pretty much what it looks like is like he had Aerith under his arm like a sack of potatoes,
and
he's just like squeezing Tifa in, probably because he wants to feel those assets of hers crushed up on him, right? You know, some squishy courage, if you will, and then he just drops Aerith. Like, Aerith should be the one being held on to because she's got no padding, okay? They nerfed her padding. Tifa will be fine. She'll literally bounce right back.
She's a tiny little thing. I love her height difference with Zack.
Mm-hmm.
She's like 5'3", 5'4", 5'3", 5'4".
I think she's...
I think she's 5'4".
Yeah, she's about my height, whereas Tifa's actually shorter.
No, Tifa's taller than her.
Really? Because I remember in OG, there was the other way around. Or maybe I'm misremembering.
Tifa's 5'6", Cloud is 5'8". Zack's height has been, it was 6'1", then it's 6'3". Now we don't know what the hell it is because it doesn't even make sense with Sephiroth. They said Sephiroth was 6'1", but he is clearly taller than Zack during that Nibelheim photo, so.
Yeah, and
it's all over the place with Zack and Sephiroth. Of course, we also never got a birthday for either of them either, and they really need to give us one.
Yeah, you're right. But all I can think is, you know what? Might as well. I'm probably wasting this. But, como se dice? Either way, Zack is tall enough. He is just the right height.
Yeah, because somebody mentioned in that little Crisis Core reunion that she's wearing wedges too. Aerith is. So, I mean, she's even shorter than she looks there. Zack is towering over her.
Zack is, like I said, he's a tree. The man is a giant, and I'm okay with that. Excuse me, sir. Look, here I am running directly into the fire. Look at how distracted I am.
Yeah, and that fire is blue. So
we know it's hotter.
Very, very hot.
Of course.
Hang back.
I hit the wrong button. Wrong button.
So this ghost has a bit of an attitude problem. You know,
really,
like to calm down a little bit.
Exactly. Like again, I say we need like Melinda Gordon or some shit. Be like, okay, we need to find out what this ghost needs to cross over to the other side.
Mm-hmm.
All this time, you were waiting.
But this is why I hate children ghosts.
Play with you.
It was a child throwing a tantrum.
I don't know if I died at 9, I'd probably be pissed off too, though. I can't blame them.
True. Like we got freaking Grim Reapers and Soul Eaters and all this shite trying to steal these little kids. Freaking like a where's what was it? ICUP, the ones that had the plans for catching the predators.
Mm-hmm.
We need like a paranormal version of them. Problem solved. No. Here's what we do. We need Yusuke Urameshi with the spirit detectives, or Ichigo from Bleach, which I haven't even finished yet. I should probably watch that. Yeah, I'm gonna watch that one soon.
Did you already mention Yu Yu Hakusho? That's the only one I could think of. Oh, Yami no Matsui, Descendants of Darkness. They also.
Let's see, what else was there? Devil Hunter Yoko.
Yeah, they also hang around with the dead. Well, and they are dead.
Let's see what else.
We just dropped the hole.
What if they're trapped here and can't leave?
Cloud's getting scared. Can we just drop the whole thing? Getting scared. Don't worry, I would be upset too. Hang on. Let me think here. And
They haven't already heard Reno and them or have they already heard Reno and them talking about the plans?
they hear that when they get to the trains, to the other side of the train graveyard.
Yeah, the other train. Yeah,
and then we deal with Elagor, the actual predator.
Just so we hope.
Mm-hmm.
What a relief. We should be able to get through now.
Let's find out.
I don't know, like it's just Aerith sounds so somber, and then she's poking at the ghosts. So I feel as if her inflection, like, that's just a little nitpicky critique of mine, as far as the inflection goes, because, like, I still feel as if she sounded a little bit more mirthful because she's having fun. Like, Aerith would be the person I go to haunted houses with.
Mm-hmm.
She'd also be the person that would go to see horror movies, and she'd just be giggling the whole way through. And you know what? I'm okay with that. I am okay with her giggling her way through the scary scares, because that will make me feel a little bit better. Now, where the frack am I going? I'm going back this way. That's where I'm going. I'm directionally challenged, okay? I get lost going to a corner store. Alright, let's speed you up a little bit. Alright. Okay. I would not trust this train. I would not enjoy myself. Like you said, I would not choose to live in any of the Final Fantasy worlds.
Absolutely not.
Not a single one.
Sorry, but we're in a rush.
That being said, it can be argued that the safest one, safest by comparison, or safer, I feel as if Final Fantasy VIII's world is a little
I
bit
was
safer.
about to say Final Fantasy 8 for sure. If I had to choose one, that's it.
If I had to go to any of the worlds, I would pick there, because at least none of the towns get blown up. Or no, wait. Do any of the towns get blown up?
Blown up.
Blown up, attacked. I mean, yeah, we have the gardens that get, like, moved around when they become mobile.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but
Other than that,
I just feel like it would be safer in general, even after all the conflict is gone.
yeah, like, I think so too. I mean,
We're through.
No, I mean,
Let's have some.
and like Edge is getting, yeah, but well, I don't know. Okay, I don't know. Yeah, I just feel like it's safer. I don't know why.
yeah, no, it's just like, because I don't think anything really bad happened to any of the towns.
Mm-hmm.
A girl?
Yeah, like 10, anytime anybody's using Machina, somebody, Sin is coming out the woodwork to kill somebody.
Exactly. Like, he's attacked how many towns and shit?
And in general, crazy religious people, I just tend to
Exactly.
steer clear of. Because even after X2, it's like, now you got the extremist faction that are still trying to keep you Yevon alive and blah, blah. It's like, okay, I don't need to be dealing with all that. 8 sounds good.
Yeah, 8 sounds safe.
Yesterday, she went with her dad.
12 probably as well.
I don't know, no. 12, like, the environment would kill me. Like, I've seen what comes out of those sewers.
Well, they got T-Rexes in Final Fantasy 8, so.
I know, except at least they stay where they belong. They're not, unless you're in Balam Garden's training area, for the most part, the dinosaurs are away from civilization. Oh, my baby girl, look at how cute she is, little Marlene.
Marlene,
Aw.
where are you?
Yeah, the DDC was like, see, she cares about Marlene, but she couldn't even comfort her when she was sad about Barrett not being there. It's like, what is she supposed to tell
Yeah,
Marlene?
exactly. Like,
Her dad is part of a terrorist group. He can't just be there when I mean, like, what is she supposed to say to a 4-year-old that's supposed to make her, other than what she's doing is taking care of her.
exactly. Like, it's just like, and that's actually a normal conversation to have. Like, or a normally occurring where little kids ask, like, oh, where's daddy or where's mommy? Like,
All she can do is tell her,
he'll be back home soon.
Yeah, he'll be back home soon. He won't be back home tonight, but hey, let's, try to distract her, basically,
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's why she's essentially letting Marlene just talk her ear off. Granted, Marlene is super cute, so I'd let her talk my ear off too. But
I
still,
just would love to know what Aerith would have done in the same scenario that would have been
Exactly.
much greater than what Tifa did. I mean, it's just so
Exactly.
stupid the way that they... But we know they just jealous that Tifa ends up with Cloud.
yeah, well. And
Because only an idiot would come up with something that dumb to say.
exactly. And more often than not, any maternal figure that you put on screen, she's never doing enough. Like, oh, she should be doing this, or oh, she should be doing that, and every this and that is a direct contradiction of each other.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's just no winning.
And like, let's not get mad at Barry for not being home in the first place because he's too busy planning on blowing up buildings. Let's get mad at Tifa
Exactly.
for being the one that's there with her. Okay.
Exactly. It's just it's stupid. Again, I say, in a macro setting, people just hate women. That's really what it boils down to.
It's moving. Maybe now we can get to
But
the
yeah.
other side.
All right.
All right, there we go. Okay. Yeah.
Stupid, disgusting rat. I can't even feed you to my snake. Look at it. It looks all diseased and shit.
What am I?
Let's go.
Oh, there it went.
Max dude hates these rats. I was listening to his commentary. He was like, there are so many rats. I wish I could tell him. I was like, dude, they live in the slums. Like, the rat thing kind of makes sense why there'd be so many rats running around. It's not
Exactly.
like,
Especially since, yeah, Midgar's like New York, so when you really think about it, it's just like,
they're a little larger than the rats you would see in New York, but
I don't know. I've heard horror stories that some of the rats are huge. Again, I've strictly heard the horror stories. I have not gone to New York myself. Like, I do know that some of the rats are bigger than my chihuahuas. And I'm good.
That's a win.
Like, the rats would friggin' eat my chihuahuas. Excuse me? Pardon me? Don't go shoving people, Cloud. That's rude. Your mama would rise from the grave and box your ears. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Stop shoving people. Cloud with his shoving people out of the way. Aerith getting in the way for me to shove her. What the hell, man? You see this dude barreling your way, get out of his way.
Walk too? But we're so close, I can see it. Hey, do you think these trains might still run?
Could give it a try.
But yeah, this is why I say I would scale the wall and just walk along the wall's edge.
Looks like it still works.
I knew it.
yeah, I just feel like I could have come up with a safer route to get back to Sector 7. I say, yeah. I would have tried.
Exactly. I would have found the way. Like, I'm motivated enough. I would find a way.
Yeah.
But nope. Nope. Oh, here we go.
I think that's...
I really need to know where they get their hair gel. Alright. I'm just gonna shove food in my face real quick.
Yeah, they definitely make complicated bad guys, and that's not a, that's a good thing. Yeah, it just the whole killing 50,000 people thing just kind of put a damper on things for me. In a good way though, it made him complicated.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like he's good. It's a good thing.
I mean, I like that they feel guilty, but at the same time, they still did it. They were still gonna do it.
Mm-hmm.
Ease yourself, Tifa.
The other side of the same battle.
All we can do now is keep moving.
See, right now they're trying to manage Tifa's emotions because she's terrified. This is her home.
Please, let us be in town.
And also, she's a flight risk. And it's okay. Like, I think at every point there's been an instance thus far where one or both of them has had to, or all of them have had to have their emotions managed by the others in order to keep calm.
Yeah.
And I actually appreciate that as far as character building, because we have the inter-character relationships forming. That's not just the ones with the romantic context or Cloud and Aerith relationship, because they still want us to care about Aerith when she ultimately perishes. But it's very much like we have a lot of the interpersonal going on and showing how they are working together, and it's not always the same way. Like when Cloud sets the example for Barrett on how to calm down when they're on the elevator, or how Aerith is more playful and trying to be distracting, which I think will make the gold saucer when she pulls the let's go and play, which really did not sit well with me. But I think now that we've had this scene where she's being playful in the train graveyard, we know that she's not being malicious. She's trying to distract.
Yeah, honestly, I'm not even sure they're going to keep it just because it really did not make her look good. But if they do, yeah, they're going to make sure that
there's no confusion.
That the right tone is being set. Because, I don't know anyway it would have looked good when the man just got reminded that his whole life got destroyed. And she's like, well, let's go play.
Exactly. Like, he lost his best friend. He lost his wife.
Grown man.
He lost his arm.
Grown man. He's not trying to play, okay?
Yeah, no, he lost a lot. And honestly, by that point, the only thing keeping him going was the fact that he had little Marlene to look after. Literally keeping him alive. Like, she was keeping him alive.
Revenge. Yeah.
And then his rage. Mm-hmm. Because Barrett is stuck in the rage part of his grief. Because grief is not linear. But he's kind of stuck there, and that goes back to earlier where I said that everybody by that point, or by the start of the game, has ultimately been using Tifa. Barrett was also using her because he is so consumed by his rage. And that's in no way saying he's a bad person. It's just pretty much the only thing keeping Barrett alive and moving at this point. Excuse me. Alrighty. But no, I do... But yeah, it's just how each of the characters deals with grief and duress and all of that. It's so beautifully written. I love Final Fantasy VII. Mm-hmm. They did such a good job, and I love it. But yeah, it's... What it really boils down to is how character-driven the game is. Like, because ultimately, most RPGs are story-driven, but there's a good balance between the character-driven and the story-driven.
Yeah.
Which ultimately is the perfect balance. Get down here, you winged. Get down here. Get down. Get down.
Yeah, they've got to fix this aerial battle for sure. It's I think it got better with intermission, or integrate, I should say, but
yeah. Yeah, I do like the aerial battle, but I'm not gonna lie, it is so much fun playing as Yuffie.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's just this zippy little thing, and I think with how they arranged it... Am I going back the way I came?
I love her little sayings. Fly like a chocobo.
I know, and she's so cute. But I think she's ultimately going to be replacing our Black Mage, or Aerith, within the game, because she uses magic. So in Aerith's place. I just went in a circle, didn't I? I am directionally challenged. What the heck?
Outside of Aerith's like limit breaks, I don't even know what benefit. I mean, she probably had a higher MP, and that might be true. But OG, they really didn't seem to be all that beneficial to play as her, in my opinion. Whereas with this, like her abilities, Soul Drain and Sorcerer's thing, and then she also, like with the Soul Drain, she can replenish her own MP. So on hard mode, that's very useful. She does stand out more. Whereas with OG, I was just like, you just put the same material on anybody else, and what's the difference?
Exactly. Like, I actually found that Nanaki was just as effective with materia as Aerith was. So, like, most replays of OG, like, I don't even bother with Aerith. I mean, I already got the achievement to get everybody's limit break, so it's just like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah, they just didn't make her stand out enough in that sense. So
yeah,
for me,
exactly. So like the only real time you really want to have her in your party is when you go to Gungaga if you want that story reveal. I mean, yes, there are points where you have to have her in your party, but for the most part, there's no real story benefit and there's no real fight benefit. Like she is easily she's interchangeable. So
Yeah.
ultimately, that's where it goes back to how she was a plot device, where she wasn't really made to be a character. She was literally designed to die. So you could have easily mastered anything else or anyone else, so that ultimately she was superfluous.
Yeah. And that's the beauty of what they've done with remakes so far is each character you can see their clear advantages, disadvantages.
Exactly.
They have very unique abilities, and yeah, it just
Exactly.
very well rounded. All the characters so far, just a well rounded experience. The worst team though is definitely Aerith and Barrett together.
Oh my gosh, I hated it so much. I was
Now,
cursing.
that is the worst.
Like, and the thing is, Aerith is like, honestly, she is what gets you through hard mode. But she's so freaking slow.
Pain carries away half the living.
Like,
yeah.
but Barrett is torture. Playing the Barrett level, absolute torture. And it's just like,
You talking about chapter 13?
yeah, like, pretty much when you play chapter 13 as Barrett, and when you play chapter 16?
17.
17. But either way, I fucking hated it. I hated it. Too fucking
Yeah,
slow.
I forget what that monster is called that you have to that mech does that you and like Aerith and Barrett have to kill, but in hard mode it is absolutely infuriating.
Oh my
Ugh.
gosh, like,
The battle takes so long too.
it does. And then it's just like, and with how slow they are to move, it's just like, move faster, move faster,
Oh,
move faster.
oh yeah, that's the worst part. Oh god.
Just like, motherfucker, move! Knees to chest, move! And it's just
Yeah,
like,
it don't even really make any sense how slow Aerith is too, because the girl is like 100 pounds soaking wet. She ought to be able to just fly.
just like zip right on through. I mean, she's got legs for days. Like,
Yeah,
each
see,
step
she
has
ought to
her
be
like
able to-
10 miles away. But no. You know what it is?
Karen,
It's a dress.
Clark carrying a 2,000-pound sword and he's moving faster than you. This don't make any sense to me.
Makes no sense. No wait. It's not the dress. It's she buys into the whole, like, the girls have to keep their
No,
knees
it's definitely
together.
not the
So
dress.
she's only like taking half steps the whole way. That's why she's taking so long.
And then when you like instead of rolling or jumping out the way, she does this like
Little skip.
yeah, like
it's
this
just
little
like-
twirl that she does. I'm like,
know,
girl, I
it's
need
just
you
like-
to move.
It's just like, cheerleaders are cute, right? But they're all show, okay? No time for cheerleading. Move.
Cheerleaders
Move.
generally don't have gigantic monsters coming at them, so they
True.
have to,
And they have the short skirts, so they can just sprint across the way.
But yeah, I almost exclusively just control Cloud or Aerith, depending on what chapter it was. So
Yeah, pretty much. Like I said, there was no getting through hard mode without Aerith. Simply because she...
well, without Tifa too. And so when you do the chapter 17 stuff, as far
Then
as well,
Tifa all
if
the
you
way.
decide to do the prototype battle and all that,
Yeah, Tifa all the
Tifa
way.
is critical. Absolutely.
Exactly.
And I'm sure the game would have been a lot easier had I bothered to learn how to use Tifa. But I don't know. I just
just
couldn't
button
figure
mash
out
my
her
way through.
fighting style. I couldn't figure out her fighting style the first couple times, so I was like, okay. But I'm much better at it now. So
Get her out of the way! See, like, the dress. The dress is the problem. She needs to shorten her
This is
skirt.
what the DDC calls the train roll.
Yeah, that ain't no equivalent to a train roll. Shit.
That was no damn train roll.
Like, he didn't even use his body as a buffer. Hang on, I take it back. We're keeping the dress because it's protecting her from freaking road rash. Because she's being thrown around all over the freaking
You
place.
think I would have stopped him if that was Tifa? He wouldn't care what she had.
Ain't that the truth? But just like, dude, use your... Come on. You can take more of a beating than she can. Stop.
Oh, Meza. This girl put a train emoji.
Oh my gosh.
And then, like, the second he gets out of danger, like, he's got his eye on Eligor, and he just stands up and walks away.
Exactly. Like...
With Tifa, he puts his whole arms around her. Are you okay? You know?
like-
and then staring at her the whole time as they both get up, looking each other in the eyes. Then, when it's time to
Exactly.
battle,
Like, and
He's
you're
like,
just like, do you guys need a room?
they really needed it. That's another thing. They were in a bedroom alone 3 times together. before chapter 4 ended. I'm like, it's like, what is happening here? Even the developers are like, yeah, them and Tifa and Cloud's room alone together.
I
Ooh,
know. It's just like, trust me.
that was a heartthrob moment. I was like, yeah, you're right.
Brian Lockhart is rolling in his grave.
Oh, good lord, yeah, the man. I feel bad for him.
I mean, like, yeah, we pick fun at Tifa's dad because, you know, he was kind of being like, he was being a bit of a dick. I mean, Cloud is a child. That's a lot to put on a child. But, like, he's rolling in his grave right now. Just like, don't get near that Cloud boy. And what's Tifa doing? Granted, Cloud, the sexy nerdy boy. I don't know why, but I headcanon him as a nerd.
It'll bounce right off. You gotta deal with the barrier first.
Crap, I didn't... Yep, I failed. I did a boo-boo. I did a no-no. I forgot to equip Dispel. I am ashamed. Alright, let me go to Aerith. Alright, stop skipping.
I don't know if anybody else is saying, but we're kind of freezing up when I'm looking at Twitch.
We are? What?
Maybe Mother can confirm.
Are we freezing up?
This one's for you.
Luckily, this is the last battle, so if we are,
exactly. We're almost done. But yeah, oh my gosh, stay still, dude. Oh, hang on, I'm telling the wrong person to stay still. All right, he's still got reflect on, right? All right, let's test this.
It's on you.
Take it over.
He's, you know, again, the ghost around here got a bad attitude.
I mean, like,
And this poor horse. I mean, this is animal abuse.
it really is. Like,
Yeah.
and it kind of looks like Odin's horse too. So it's just like, does Odin know you stole his horse? Okay, so it is freezing up.
Yeah, but it's looking better for me now.
Okay. So yeah, it's most likely me.
Oh, never mind. Okay, yeah, it's well. All right. Might did it early, but yeah, it's freezing up real bad. I don't know what's going on.
All right. Come on. You see, I do love the Ray of Judgment. I just hate it when the freaking monsters move.
Moves.
When
Yeah, I know.
do-
The Ray of Judgment is really powerful until they move out the way. And I'm
I
like, why
know.
can't Eric just follow them?